boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. No bias talk. No racism. We don't allow that over here, baby. I just want to get on and remind y'all that Errol Spence got beat up. Yeah, y'all thought I was going to forget, because if it was Terence Crawford, y'all would continue on and always remind us that Terence Crawford lost that fight. But guess what? For 5 years, I told y'all, go check out my channel, Easy Work ENT. All you got to do is go to my videos and type in Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. And I've been telling y'all for 5 years that your boy was going to get beat up. But, I'm just on here to remind y'all and to talk about the Boots fight and plus more boxing. Plus more boxing. We can talk about whatever fight y'all want to talk about, but I'm here to literally remind y'all. We have accusations, snack. We have Terence Crawford, he got acne. That means he using steroids. We done got glove situations from Terence Crawford. This, that, and other. But nobody was saying that. Y'all was saying that he stood no chance because Errol Spence was the bigger man. Nobody was saying that. Oh, Errol the truth. Errol bigger. Errol does this. Errol body punches. Errol does... You know what I done understood, and this is what I've understood. You know why my predictions be right most of the time? And this real talk. You want to know why my predictions be right most of the time? Because I can fight. A lot of people who make predictions and just watch boxing cannot fight. Because all you have to do is look at yourself. If you versing a southpaw, or if you versing an orthodox fighter, and you boxing from angles, because boxing is not street fighting. That's what people have to understand. Boxing is not street fighting. When you boxing from certain angles and you see certain things and you can understand the movement of an average person and a human being, then you understand who can beat who and who can't. And I told y'all for 5 years, go to Easy Work ENT and type in anything about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, and on this channel, because I got 2 channels, and it will tell you that I told y'all he was going to get beat up. So I'm on here to remind y'all, it wasn't snack. It wasn't no weight loss or nothing like that. It wasn't no weight drainage or nothing like that, because Errol Spence was the A side. He chose the side, the weight class for him to fight at, and he got beat up in that own weight class. And one thing, shout out to my boy Bruce Vane, is if y'all saying that Errol was too big for the weight class, then you are admitting, that Errol Spence was a weight bully. You are admitting that Errol Spence was a weight bully. Skills paid the bills that fight. And y'all misunderstand it. Y'all think, 154 gonna make 154 ain't gonna make a difference. He gonna lose at 154, 164, 167. Whatever weight class Errol go to, Errol cannot beat Terence Crawford. It's all about how, like Roy Jones said, even though I'm not a, fan of Roy Jones being a trainer, but it's just like he said it though. When you have seen Terence Crawford fight, Terence Crawford has pulled out bags of tricks to beat opponents. And a lot of y'all don't know because y'all are casual fans and listen to what big channels say, who penis ride and hate Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has beaten opponents that he was not supposed to beat early in his career. The Thomas Delorme, the Breeze Prescotts, the Victor Postal. A lot of people try to sit up and criticize Victor Postal. Like I seen Gilly the Kid when he was talking to Shakur Stevenson. He said that Victor Postal wasn't nobody. Well, if Victor Postal wasn't nobody, then why the hell did Danny Garcia run from him? Yeah, Danny Garcia had a shot at being undisputed at 140. Or 130, no, was it 130, 140, or 135. And he ran, or 140, and he ran from Victor Postal. Also running from Terence Crawford. See, a lot of y'all don't even realize this. Adrian Broner also ran from Terence Crawford. The jump from 135 to Maidana The jump from 135 to fight Maidana, which people told him not to fight Marcos Maidana. And I miss Marco Maidana. Marcos Maidana didn't play no games with nobody. You want to know about a real thug? Marcos Maidana was a real thug. And didn't play the radio. He knocked out Floyd Mayweather's tooth and put it on his chain. If that don't tell you that he was thugging, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm here to remind, you Boots fans, a lot of y'all are Boots fans now, which I said that, Errol Spence fans become Boot fans. Oh, Terence Crawford is ducking Boots. Boots is the man to beat Terence Crawford. Now, when he go out there and beat Boots up, don't nobody want to hear that. Because y'all are out here talking about a guy that has fought nobody. He fought Thomas Delorme, who Terence Crawford beat 14 years ago. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit about the 14 years ago, but he beat him years ago. Then y'all talking about Sergey Lipinets, former soccer player who came up from 140. Boots is a weight bully. Am I lying? Boots is a weight bully. I recall a video where Boots was standing up against a wall and his face fatter than what that dude name who used to be on them old movies back in the day, white guy, but his face fat as hell. And they asked him, they were like, well, Boot, what you walking around? Oh, I can't tell y'all. I ain't been on the scale. Boy, you been on the scale because you a boxer. Boots is really a 168 pounder. Let's be real. Boots is a 168 pounder that's going down to fight at 147. That's why he's rushing the weight class. His record is 31-0, 30-0. Which if you know anything about boxing, like I've been telling y'all, when boxers are coming up in the ranks, besides Terence, see, this is why Terence Crawford gets so much respect that casual fans don't know about. When boxers are coming up and they fighting the 14-0s, the 13-0s, and their record is 13-0, 14-0, 12-0, they're fighting fighters that they're supposed to beat. Terence was giving fighters that he came in on second notice for, and he beat them, and they was considered monsters, or they was good fighters at the time who they didn't expect Terence to beat. So y'all out here screaming this Boots shit, and Boots ain't did nothing. Boots went 12 rounds with a guy named Karen who we didn't even know. He knocked out some black dude who we didn't even know that had a 0 behind his wins. Boots is a weight bully, rushing for a title shot. So when Terence go out there and beat him, the next thing y'all gonna do is sit there and say, wait, next he gotta fight. Then y'all gonna say, oh, fight Canelo. The same fight that y'all saying right now that he shouldn't go and fight, that he'll get whooped at. When he beat Boots and clear out the weight class, because Boots is not on Terence Crawford's level. Y'all got to remember, this is the same dude that was going to war with Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine Russell. Now, let's just be serious and let's just be real about boxing. Does Gary Antoine Russell have the skills that Terence Crawford possess? I think not. I think not, and that takes nothing away from Gary Antoine Russell. I think not. So if this Errol Spence fight, which shout out to my boy Bruce Vane, just showed a video, that Errol Spence is out of shape and he out there playing with dogs, even though he done activated his rematch clause. I think Terence need to go up, handle this Boots situation, and get Boots the hell on out the way. Because one thing y'all ain't never saying about Boots is this. Why Boots ain't going to fight no more caliber competition? What make y'all think that Terence Crawford, the undisputed champion who has earned his way to where he's at, has to go and fight Boots? Because he's a mandatory? Because he's a mandatory? And that's true. As a mandatory, you do supposed to get your title shot. But what has he done to deserve a title shot? You can't go down Boots' resume and tell me half of the names on there are big or former champions. Sergey Lipinets? That's what you gonna say? And he just deserved to step in the ring with the king? Are y'all crazy? And let me tell y'all this, I'm not a Boots hater. Boots is a tremendous style, a tremendous boxer. He gives us entertainment. He can switch from southpaw to orthodox. He got skills, counter puncher, fast, can move his feet. But at the end of the day, what fighter has he fought on the level of a Terence Crawford? What fighter has he fought to show you that he can beat a Terence Crawford? What fighter has Boots beaten to show you they could beat a Terence? He ain't fought a former champion like Keith Thurman. He ain't fought Virgil Ortiz, Blair Cobbs, Ben, what's his name, Conor Ben. These are fighters at 147 that he can go out there and put some spark under his name and go and defeat. But yet he that hasn't does it. But yet he deserves to fight the king. And let's not forget that the king is tied into a contract with Errol Spence Jr. With Errol Spence Jr. He activated his rematch clause, so he has to fight Errol Spence Jr. in a rematch. So where is all this ducking talk coming from? When Boots had the opportunity to fight Terence Crawford when he was up under the WBO. Y'all remember when Terence Crawford was saying that Boots switched, I don't know how you say it, belt commissions or whatever it may be, belt commissions, and he went over to the IBF to fight Errol Spence, and that's when Errol Spence showed up to his fight, and he was talking trash to Errol Spence. Why you think he was talking trash to Errol Spence? Because he felt Errol Spence was the weaker opponent for him to beat. That's why he went over there and he was talking trash to Errol Spence. So all this Boots talk, you Errol Spence fans who mad because your boy got beat up, and I'm gonna keep reminding, did y'all see the way Errol got beat up? Oh my God. That was amazing. And I predicted it exactly how it was gonna go. Did you see the way he got beat up, blood coming all out of his face? And Errol, I love you. You went out on your shield like a G. You gave us the fight. I respect the hell out of you, Errol Spence, but you got beat up. I just want to remind your fans, that are now Boots fans, that you got beat up. You got demolished, not just beat up, you got humiliated. Errol got humiliated in front of the whole world. The fighter that y'all said was too big and was too strong. Y'all got to remember, boxing has nothing to do with how big you are, which there are weight classes, as far as weight. But your power and this and that and the size and this and that. Terence Crawford was pushing him around the ring, beating him up, embarrassing him, knocking him on his back. So I'm just getting on here reminding y'all, because a lot of y'all act like y'all forgot. Errol got beat up real bad. Errol got beat up very bad. And like I said, respect to him. He gave us the fight that he had to leave Al Heyman. They created across the street. There was lines saying across the street. But really it was Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather sitting up saying that he ain't going to beat Terence Crawford. Don't let him fight Terence Crawford. Because I've been telling y'all for the longest, Al Heyman's power is the belts. See, Al Heyman knew before we knew that Showtime was going to go down because he's been giving us lackluster fights. So the only thing that's been holding Al Heyman and the PBC together is holding on to the belts, which is why Jermell Charlo and Canelo fought. Because if Jermell Charlo would have went and fought Tim Tszyu, then Tim Tszyu would have took the belts, and guess what? They would have been no longer with Al Heyman. Which is why Jamal still holds his WBC title. Y'all think that Al Heyman wasn't paying Mauricio Suleiman? When have you seen ever in the history of boxing where a fighter has held on to a belt for 3 years without fighting? And y'all think Al Heyman ain't paying Mauricio Suleiman? The belts is the only thing keeping Al Heyman and PBC alive. And when them belts are gone, he has no bargaining chips. Oscar De La Hoya, The Zone, Top Rank. Nobody wants to deal with Al Heyman. The belts is what keeping him alive. That's what's keeping him alive. Boost is good, but CR, I don't know what that means. Shout out to you, Ricardo. Thank you for tuning in. Boost is good, but Crawford is after money fights now. He already in the Hall of Fame, so Crawford don't have to prove it. Of course, but to the fans and the haters of Terence Crawford, because they mad because he beat up Errol Spence. Oh, he ducking Boots. Boots really don't deserve a title shot. Their record is horrible. Half of them names on there, you do not even know who they are. But since he's the mandatory, yes, he does deserve a shot. Yes, he does deserve a shot. Even though he's a weight bully from 168, which won't make a difference. And when he beat him up, they're going to say, oh, Terence was supposed to win that fight. Let's not forget Crawford and Spence fights. Oh, we ain't forgetting that. That's why I'm on here to tell him. I'm going to remind y'all that your boy got beat up. Errol Spence got beat up. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that horrible butt whooping he got on national TV, pay-per-view worldwide? And yet y'all sitting up here talking about a rematch? Oh, in the rematch, he gonna get him. Oh, in the rematch, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. But y'all are forgetting that Errol picked away. Errol was the A-side, remember? Errol was the A-side. He said it was cool to fight at 147. Nobody had no problem about him coming down in weight when he was beating up Danny Garcia, when he was beating up Sean Porter, when he was beating up Hughes. It wasn't no weight problems. But all of a sudden, when he go get annihilated by Terence Crawford, oh, he was too big for the weight class. He was drained. And see, this is how I know a lot of y'all don't know nothing about boxing. Because when it comes to boxing, let me tell you this. I failed the CDL test, and I felt like somebody beat me up. I really was mentally lost for 4 days behind failing a CDL test. So imagine if a dude annihilate you on pay-per-view, and for 5 years they've been saying that you was gonna beat that guy. Y'all don't think he mentally lost right now? Y'all don't think Errol Spence went back to drinking? When he ain't got a good team behind him, he got his old lady who reporting and coming on the internet and taking videos of him drinking and drunk. He got Derrick James that can't bust a great in Welch's backyard, who can't train worth nothing, who sent him in the ring in order to fight Terence Crawford with no game plan, no head movement, no nothing. He got a horrible team behind him, and y'all thought he was gonna win? I know. And let's not forget that his baby mama sent Terence Crawford a message and told him to beat up her baby daddy. Oh. Am I lying? Anybody who watching, am I lying? Yeah, I'm gonna keep reminding you, because for 5 years I was told, oh, either you broke, you a hater, you just mad because you ain't got Errol Spence money, you don't know nothing about boxing. For 5 years I had to go through that. Terence is ducking him. Terence is this and that. When it got beat up. Also this. Oh, don't leave the channel now because I'm telling the truth. Don't leave the channel because I'm telling the truth. Why the WBA ain't sent Terence his belt yet? Terence Crawford has got on boxing news on Google, and he has said that the WBA has not sent him his title from beating up on Errol Spence. What's wrong with the WBA? Well, why they won't send that title? Why they won't send that title? Let me read the comments. James Daly, Robert Thurman. How y'all doing? Also, donate to the channel. Show your boy Easy some love. We ain't rich over here. I always tell y'all that. Don't do no super chats. If you want to do super chat, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You can go to super chat, show the channel some love. You know, whichever way you would like to do it. But you know, when you rocking with Easy, you rocking with the best. You know, and I tell y'all how to win money. Cause see, I ain't these other channels. See, I can actually tell you who gonna win and who gonna lose. You see what I'm saying? I don't just report boxing. These other, they don't know a left hook from a fish hook. In the words of the Honorable Leon Muhammad. Shout out to Leon Muhammad. I actually talked with this man on the phone before. And I was very excited to talk to him. Let me see. Let's not forget Crawford and Spence fights are extremely hard to negotiate and make. Well, it's not that hard to make and negotiate right now because I'm sure Spence is right under the same, management team that he did to create the fight. I'm sure Al Heyman is very pissed off that Spence left him to create the fight because they knew he was going to lose. They knew he was going to lose. What's up with you, Cornelius? And also, I'm sending a shout out. This video is for Shamel Lewis, my friend. She passed recently. Well, ventilator, but you know how they go on the ventilator. But this is for you, boo. You know what I'm saying? Rest easy. One day we gonna see each other again. But I done already said what I had to say. Errol Spence got beat up. I'm just reminding y'all, to the fans out here, Errol Spence got demolished. Y'all want to keep talking about Boots because y'all Errol Spence fans and y'all can't deal with the fact that your boy got demolished. Terence gonna beat Boots up too. Boots is not on the level of a Terence Crawford. And not on the level. Y'all gotta remember, Terence beat Thomas Delorme 10 years ago. About 10 years ago. A Sergey Lipinets would have got ate up by Terence Crawford. So we're going to go on, to more, boxing. Whatever y'all want to talk about, that's what we're going to go into. But I just had to remind people, y'all want to blame it on snack, gloves. Y'all even out here saying that he stacked his gloves. Everything. But little do y'all know, don't y'all know that somebody in Errol Spence's team had to be in the room while Terence Crawford was doing his gloves and wrapping his hands? Y'all do know that, but casual fans don't know that. Y'all just talk and go off what you hear and people talk about. Yeah, the other team has to come in the room while they wrapping the hands. The prime example, Shane Mosley versus Margarito. When they caught Margarito with the cast in his gloves. In his wraps. Hand wraps. Yeah, y'all, casual fans didn't know that. So support the channel, donate to the channel, also share the videos, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Cornelius. Yes, sir, make sure you rest on. I'm gonna see you one day, baby. I say after Errol Spence, I want to see the Boots fight because I want him to go ahead on and beat Boots up and get it out the way. I really want to see Terence just beat Boots up so we can stop all this high cap and these Errol Spence fans who mad because they boy got beat up. I really want to see Terence just go out there and whoop on him. You know what I'm saying? But Terence is on his way out the door, 36 years old. He's looking for the big fights. A lot of y'all don't know what's going on in this world because a lot of people just caught up in boxing, but a lot of stuff finna change in this world, so you gotta understand it. See, I don't even want to go into all that with y'all, but I know a lot about this world, you know what I'm saying, and you have to pay attention to it. It's a reason why you see everybody want to fight in Gundu and get paydays now. Deontay Wilder, they even talk about Anthony Joshua fighting. It's something going on in the world that us regular folks ain't paying attention to. Salute to you too as well, Sleepless. But I'm just here to remind y'all, Errol Spence got beat up real bad. You know that fighter that y'all said was too big, too strong, his body attack was too much, and I was telling y'all he was one-dimensional, and that he wasn't gonna do nothing to Terence Crawford, but get beat up. Yeah. Well, now I'm telling y'all that about Boots. I'm telling y'all that about Boots. Boots gonna get beat up too if he should fight Boots. See, boxing is just like good food. You know how when you eat a plate and your mama cook, or your grandmama cook, or your old lady cook, you know, seasoning make the food taste great, right? So you gotta ask yourself this question: who got the most seasoning? Who's the smarter fighter with the smarter IQ? You remember when your mama cook and your grandmama cook, and then your sister who can't cook and who can't make the dressing right, because she ain't up in age, she ain't got that seasoning. Well, when it comes to boxing, you have to be concerned about the seasoning. And by seasoning, I mean experience. Terence Crawford has all the experience in the world to beat the Boots. But then when he beats Boots, he ain't gonna get no credit for it. Even though Boots is 30 and old, you know. It's seasoning. It's seasoning. But yet we gonna go back to Boots and realize that y'all boy Boots won't even fight Virgil Ortiz. He won't fight Blair Cobbs. You see what I'm saying? He won't fight. Well, he say Keith Thurman dunk at him. I don't know. You know, Keith Thurman, that's my favorite fighter. You know, I don't jump ship. I ain't bandwagon. Keith Thurman won't, you know what I'm saying? He said $10 million for Terence Crawford, but he said he didn't know Boots. I don't know how he didn't know Boots and you in the sport of boxing, but, you know, he ain't challenged himself to go upon nobody else. He just rushing for the belts because he's a weight bully. He's a weight bully. Big as hell, running around here at 147. Take Boots. I support you as a black man. I love you, my brother. You are talented. You get in the ring, you risk your life to give us entertainment. But you know you're a weight bully. And you know you're supposed to be at 168 pounds, and you are 160, and you sitting down there and you trying to knock out smaller guys at your weight class. And it ain't gonna matter against Terence. It's not gonna matter since since you're trying to go up against Terence. But like I said, if y'all want to go on into other fights, I have to give y'all my Haney versus Progress prediction. I gave y'all my other predictions. You know, I see a lot of people are in their feelings behind me predicting my fights, you know, but, you know, that comes with the territory. Oh, I see why your channel is so small. You have Shakur knocking out Edwin Santos. Get your crybaby ass off my channel and going on somewhere. You see, Boots been in the line for a shot at the belts. Might as well give it to him. And I respect that. He should give a shot at it. But as soon as Terence beat him and knock him out or beat him, what people gonna say? What people gonna say then? Why you think Floyd Mayweather said, oh, Errol Spence supposed to been fighting at 168? Why do y'all think that Floyd Mayweather said that if he was his trainer, he would have had Errol Spence fighting at 168 because Errol Spence is not a 147-pounder, and he still got knocked out and demolished. So what y'all think gonna happen to Boots? What y'all think gonna happen to Boots? Yeah. Or if I was Derrick James, I would have had Errol Spence fighting with Floyd Mayweather hating ass. They didn't want Terence Crawford to fight him because you want to know why Floyd didn't want Terence Crawford to beat Errol Spence? Because for one, Floyd has never been undisputed, nor 2 times undisputed, which is the biggest accomplishment in boxing. And I keep telling y'all that. So y'all keep talking about legacy. Floyd Mayweather legacy doesn't mean shit to Terence Crawford's legacy. I'm going to say that again so y'all can understand and hear me out. Undisputed is the biggest accomplishment in boxing. Floyd Mayweather's accomplishments mean shit as far as legacy to Terence Crawford's. Do you understand that? 2-time undisputed. 2-time lineal champion. Now, Floyd done went 50-0. Floyd done made the most money. You can't knock him for that. But when it comes to legacy in the sport of boxing, Terence is above Floyd Mayweather. You can hate it. You can hate it all you want. Terence is above Floyd. I think Evander Holyfield is another fighter who has been undisputed, which I don't know why he don't come out and say this. Evander Holyfield was undisputed at cruiserweight and heavyweight. So he's another 2-time undisputed champion. Yeah. And Terence is undefeated, 40-0. Terence could retire right now and still be ahead of Floyd Mayweather. The most people gonna say is Floyd made more money, sold more. That don't mean nothing. That's like how y'all talk about Tank. Tank sell more tickets than he pay-per-view. That don't mean nothing. Devin Haney was the man at 135 with all the titles. That's legacy. See, in 2052, when they talk about boxing, they ain't gonna talk about who had the biggest paydays. Well, I don't know. Boxing has become so feminine and shall I say stunt-tastic, that they probably may be talking about who made the most money. But at the end of the day, it's about legacy. That's what it's about. Let me see what you say. Boo's been in the title shot belt for a while. Same thing when they said Crawford beat Errol. Errol definitely should have moved up a while ago. True. After Sean Porter fight and the accident, he should have moved to 154. Floyd legacy was paydays. That's all Floyd legacy was. Joe Calzaghe retired undefeated. Joe Calzaghe retired undefeated. So that mean he TBE? Do that mean he TBE, Joe Calzaghe? I can't think of the other guy. He a Latino guy, Mexican guy or something. I can't think of his name right now. Does that mean he TBE too, because you left undefeated? I just keep it real, because a lot of people, they ask me, oh, are you black? Because I don't ride and ride dudes' penises because they black in boxing, that I'm not black now because I tell the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. What's up with you, Kings? I'm going to tell you the truth. And I ain't knocking Floyd. Floyd is one of the best boxers I've ever seen in my life. As far as skill set, his ability in the ring, hit and not get hit, swim without getting wet, shoulder roll, beating some of the top-notch opponents in the game. Yes. But if you go back in history and you know about boxing, you know he dodged some fighters. You know he waited till some fighters got old. And that's just the truth. Yes, Floyd beat some good dudes. Legendary status. But Canelo right behind him at like 23 champions. 22 champions. So, okay then. A good prime example with this. I'm happy you brought that up. Because Floyd loves saying that he beat 24 former world champions or world champions. Canelo right behind him. And Canelo has been undisputed. So will Canelo's legacy surpass Floyd Mayweather is great? Canelo done beat like 22 former world champions. 23 former world champions and been undisputed. But, in my opinion, you always have to bring up the fact. Floyd beat Canelo. And no, Floyd did not make Canelo come to 152 pounds. Canelo and his team offered it to Floyd and they took it. That wasn't Floyd's fault. If your team gonna be stupid and offer to fight me at 152 pounds, then that's their fault. It ain't mine. And he was younger. They weren't in the same age bracket. He was younger. When y'all rock with me, y'all gotta understand, I've been watching boxing since I was 8 years old. I am not these other channels. Now, if you want to go and talk about management and purse bids, hey, go holler at Fannin. Go holler at these other dudes. But when it comes to fighting, getting in the ring and punching each other in the face, ain't no channel fucking with me. They ain't fucking with me. They not. And I respect all channels out here. They ain't on my level. I predict predictions and I help y'all win money. When y'all seen me wrong? When have y'all seen me wrong? I do this shit. Floyd watch Canelo. Gramana, what would you do with $1 million? $1 million tax? Uncut, without tax? When have y'all seen me wrong in my prediction? What would I do with $1 million? 600,000 mine. 600,000 is all mine. The other 400,000, I'm gonna take care of my family and everybody that I love. I'm gonna give me a house, own it. Give me about 2-3 cars, own them, and invest my money and start me a business, or whether it's a little local business, a little small business, neighborhood car wash, something. That's what I would do with $100 million. $1 million cash. I'd never go broke again if I get $1 million cash. Never. And I promise you that. I'd never go broke with $1 million cash. I hear you, fam, but nobody beating Pretty Boy but Money May. If that was like, that's bullshit. Respect to you, Buddy Lee, thank you. Canelo beat 17 world champions. Canelo about at 20-something now. Check and see. If he at 17, that means he closer to 24. And Canelo probably got 4 more years left in him if he want to continue to box. Would you be interested in a collab talk with Marco's boxing? I'd be interested in a collab with anybody. I have no problem with conversating and talking with anybody about boxing. All channels are respected with me. Prince Nazim, Roy Jones, and Pretty Boy, them was the guys growing up. Not necessarily when I was growing up. Hell no, the heavyweights was out there when David Tour, Lennox Lewis, Chris Bird, See, I'm finna name some names for y'all. Chris Bird. Who else was out there heavyweight? Who the dude knocked out Lennox Lewis? His Rodman. Rodman was a name. Hajabichi. Heavyweights was still out there when I was coming up. When I was coming up, you ain't really hear too much about the smaller weight classes unless it was Oscar De La Hoya. You ain't know. No. I told you I've been watching this since I was 8. Since I was 8 years old. One of those, Floyd brought the smaller weight classes in. No, it was about them heavyweights, baby. The hell y'all talking about? It was about them heavyweights. Lennox Lewis, my mama used to have a crush on Lennox Lewis, nigga. My mama used to have a crush on Lennox Lewis. It wasn't about no smaller weight classes when I was coming up. I was born in 1983. Don't nobody study no small weight classes back in the day. And that's when heavyweights had skills. Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe would have beat the hell out of Mike Tyson. Riddick Bowe, let me put it to you like this. Riddick Bowe would beat the hell out of every heavyweight that's out there today. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Usyk, Dillian White. Riddick Bowe would have beat the hell. Man, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? Michael Grant, who lost to Lennox Lewis. Come on now. Now, that was that Sugar Ray era. When I was coming up, it was the heavyweights. That was in the 70s when going into the early 80s when Duran and Hearns and all them was fighting. In the 90s, it was the heavyweights, bro. The Klitschko's. What the white boy name? He used to be low blowed the hell out of Riddick Bowe. Galata. Who else? I said Hajabichi. Samuel. From Africa, the Samuel dude. David Tour. Shannon Briggs. Who else was a heavyweight out of this? Man, come on, don't play with easy. I ain't none of these other channels. I keep telling y'all that. Donate to the channel, go to Cash App, go to Super Chat. Show your boy Easy some love. Don't compare me to these other dudes, man. It was the heavyweights when I was coming up. Let me think about another heavyweight at the time when I was growing up, which I was 15 years old, 14, 13 years old. So let me remember. George Foreman, he became Michael Moore. George Foreman came back and defeated Michael Moore. Southpaw Michael Moore, who beat Evander Holyfield. The fuck? This stuff I was watching when I was a kid. My mom and them had a scrambler, which means you could watch HBO, Cinemax, and all the channels. This before Showtime was doing boxing. Or if Showtime was doing boxing, they weren't on the level of HBO. The fuck? The fuck? I'm too legit with this shit. I'm MC Hammer with this shit. I'm MC Hammer with this shit. When you heard about smaller weight classes, you heard about Prince Nazim Hamed. First of all, let me tell y'all this. Floyd Mayweather wasn't even mentioned. I didn't even know who Floyd Mayweather was until I was in the projects one day and one of my homeboys told me about Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather name wasn't even mentioned then. Now I'm talking about when Prince Nazim Hamed was made. You want to know who was the top dog at the lower weight classes? Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley was the top dog at the lower weight classes. Huh, fool? Shane Mosley was the top dog. And then Shane Mosley, when Floyd did try to fight him, Shane Mosley said, "Oh, I'm going on vacation with my family." That is true. But Shane Mosley was the head honcho till he got beat by Vernon Forrest. Oscar De La Hoya. See, I ain't these dudes that jumped on boxing when I seen my favorite my favorite boxer had a big chain or a nice car. George Foreman, Michael Moore, OG. UFC was crazy at that time too. I never watched the UFC. I knew nothing about it at that time. I never watched the UFC. I never knew nothing about it at that time. Had a loose tooth or something too. I called Floyd from the Olympics and knew that he was the guy. Floyd been calling out Mosley since 1998, 99, and he has been. See, Shane really wanted to fight Floyd when he found out that Floyd was the money man. But Shane did duck Floyd. That's a known fact. And there's a lot of fighters that duck Floyd. But then there are fighters that Floyd ducked too. Oh, Tito Trinidad, Mr. Left Hook. When he hit Fernando Vargas with that left hook, and he hit him so hard, he was holding a cell phone to his ear. I watched it. Come on, man. I watched Tito Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya. When Oscar De La Hoya ran after the 8th round, and that's the reason he lost. But he was beating up Felix Trinidad all the way up until that. I remember when Bernard Hopkins hit Oscar De La Hoya with the body shot and took the middleweight championship. Come on, man. They ain't fucking. Come on, man. Come on now. Now, I wasn't into the UFC. I don't like the UFC to this day. In which, if I had a son, I would want my son to learn boxing and jiu-jitsu. Because that ground fighting and standing on your feet with boxing. But other than that, I ain't never watched UFC. I don't like UFC. Yeah, welter was popping in the 90s because of Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley. Felix Trinidad. Y'all remember that boy Joppy? That boy Joppy, who had the good hair, who went out there and fought Felix Trinidad, and he ain't fought since? Joppy, y'all remember Joppy? That's how I go back in the sport of boxing. Joppy. I go way back. I go way back, man. But I didn't forget why I made this video. I got on this video to tell y'all Errol Spence got beat up. I'm going to keep saying that because if it was Terence Crawford, y'all would make videos 100 days a week talking about how Errol Spence defeated Terence Crawford. So I decided to make my video and say that Terence Crawford beat the hell out of Errol Spence Jr., and I love it. Rest in peace, Shamel. I'm doing this one for you, baby. Rest in peace. Oh, he fought Hoskins after Trinidad, but Trinidad destroyed him. I want to give a shout out to Frankie Roundel from Alabama, the first person to defeat Chavez from Alabama. Yes, sir. Evander Holyfield from Alabama. Moved to Atlanta when he was younger. Yes, sir. From Alabama, Deontay Wilder, even though I don't rock with Deontay Wilder like that, because Deontay Wilder was talking trash about people who work 9 to 5s, and I got very upset behind that. I don't support Deontay Wilder, but I respect him, and I wish nothing bad on him. The WBC former champion of the world, Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, stand up. Jay, what's up? We claiming Holyfield in the ATL. Do that. But he was born and bred out of Alabama, baby. He came out of Alabama dirt. You understand me? Bro, you got to. That's my bro. I support Wilder, but when he went to talking about people, you know what I'm saying, from, you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5 working jobs because he was mad because he lost to Tyson Fury. And hey, my cousin them just took a picture with him at the Alabama game versus LSU. Two of my cousins, Sean and Robert Ziegler, Sean and Robert Ziegler, those are my cousins. They took a picture with him. You know, I support Deontay Wilder, but, you know, to talk about people who get up and work 9 to 5s when you used to work at the Waffle House, like you say, to support your daughter, you know, that rubbed me the wrong way. You know, you don't do that. You don't do that. I support Deontay Wilder, all that, but brother, you don't gotta go at the working hard, the working class people. You know what I'm saying? You don't go at the working class people because you upset because you lost a fight. Oh, mastermind. When Devin Haney get knocked out on December the 9th, when he lose on December the 9th, I ain't predicting that. I ain't watched enough tape to say he gonna lose, but I already see one of Devin Haney flaws. And I'm gonna say this in this video. You wanna know the reason why Devin Haney and his daddy chose Regis Prograis? Because of distance. Because of distance. When they went to watch that Zorilla fight, Zorilla was creating distance with that jab. And that's why a lot of people were saying that Zorilla had a good chance, or he won against Regis Prograis. But I'm finna tell you the weakness of Devin Haney. One of the weaknesses of Devin Haney that I saw is that when Devin Haney is pawing and jabbing with that jab trying to create distance, he drops his right hand. So Regis Prograis should throw a feint, should throw a jab and a feint and come right in with a left hook. Regis Prograis should throw a jab and a feint and come step in and throw a left hook. And I guarantee you he will catch Devin Haney. I guarantee you he will catch Devin Haney if he throws a jab, a feint, and a left hook. If he throw a jab, a feint, and a left hook, he gonna catch Devin Haney, and he gonna stun Devin Haney. Devin gonna watch Prograis. Yeah, with that distance. Here I come, bro. You heard? I'm sorry, I'm loud. All right, we got 5 minutes left on the channel. Then I gotta go in. I'm finna go in there with my old. There's no human can beat Haney, you know this. All right, we gonna see. We shall see. We shall see. But I'm telling y'all, if Riggins throw that jab, if he throw that jab, and then feint, and step in and throw that left hook, he gonna catch Devin Haney. I'm telling you, Riggins should go to the body early for rounds 1 through 5 and just attack the body. Don't box with Devin Haney. You're gonna lose if you box with Devin Haney. Fight Devin Haney. Attack his body. And the later rounds, go towards his head. That's how Riggins is gonna beat Devin Haney. Tyson Fury didn't lose that fight. Devin hit to the body too. Devin a good fighter. I'm not taking anything away from Devin Haney. Devin is an excellent fighter. You know, Devin gets the job done. You know, he does what's necessary. He has skills. You know, he got the pedigree. He been doing it since he was a child. But what I'm saying, one of his flaws is he drops that right hand when he playing with that jab. And he can't fight on the inside. So, you know, I'm just telling you what it is. Oh, Tapia was... I ain't never really paid too much attention to Tapia, I'm going to be honest with you. Haney jab too good for him. He will have to sell. But what happens when you take his jab away from him? Which we seen what Lomachenko did, who was another southpaw. If you stand in front of Devin, yeah, that jab is something serious. But if you keep waiting and come from the outside and come in on Devin in trouble. Because he ain't scoring no points by throwing that jab if you just standing there. If you standing there, he gonna score points. If you moving around and then you come in on him, come on now. Yeah, nobody does it better than Easy. You understand me? Nobody does it better than Easy. But you know, I thank y'all for hitting that like button. Of those who have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. You know, I just got on here. I had to tell y'all, remind y'all that Terence did beat up Errol Spence. He gonna beat up Boots too. And you know, y'all rocking with one of the realest boxing channels out there. You understand me? And hit that like button, donate, share the videos. Most of all, share the videos. If you don't donate, at least you can share the videos and hit the like button. If you don't donate, you can share the videos and hit the like button. You know, I appreciate that the most. And you know, just keep rocking with me. I ain't gonna do nothing but tell you the truth about the sport that we love, baby. People say Tyson won, Devin lost. Tyson Fury won that fight, man. Anybody who know boxing know one knockdown don't win no fight, and 1/8 round flurry don't win no fight. Out of 10 rounds, that's 2 rounds to 10. 2 rounds to 8. And then I gave Ngannou a round to help him. That's 7 rounds to 3. How the hell did he win? People got to keep it a buck, man. I don't know what to hate, you know what I'm saying, but you know how it is. But I'm going to tell y'all, man, I love y'all. Y'all be safe out here. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel, you know, by viewing whichever way you can. And stay true to the sport of boxing that we love, man. Don't be biased and don't be racist. This your boy Easy Work, man. I'm out.